last night on the Mediterranean. The European migrant and refugee emergency has not gone away. Not for this man.
Stay with me, okay? Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Not for this woman.
Rescue blankets, we need rescue blankets.
Rescue blankets.
Not for the volunteers struggling to cope. It started for us at sunrise yesterday, 15 miles off the coast of Libya. The scale of what was happening dawned. Just 3 days ago, official figures for migrants crossing here, 84,000.
Les enfants, yeah? For the children. Yeah.
After what we've seen, that figure will need to be revised upward by thousands and thousands.
Right here!
On the big boats, the so-called double-deckers, they'd had enough. At this point, the rescue boat we're on is already full. This is the deck of the Sea-Watch 2, a German charity rescue boat. The capacity of this ship is 150 people. We are currently carrying about 400 souls, mainly from West Africa, that we picked up today. And if you follow me onto the bridge of the ship, you'll get a sense of the scale of this humanitarian crisis. Look at the radar. We've counted about 15 or 16 of those yellow dots. Every one represents a vessel. Some are migrant boats, some are charity boats, some belong to smugglers. And if you come out this direction, you'll get more of a scale. Excuse me, sir. There's people everywhere on the boat. Excuse me. If you look into the distance there, that large blue boat is what they call a double-decker. That's carrying approximately 700 people on 2 different levels. They've just arrived, and earlier in the day we were seeing people jump off those into the water, which is the nightmare scenario for the charities that are here. There are tough questions to answer here. Are these rescue missions part of the smugglers' business model? What of the politics of this? But for one woman, on one boat, the crisis boils down to this. And as the sun sets, if you're the person bailing the water out of the sinking boat, it amounts to "don't let me drown" in the dark.
We need help now. We need help now.
At night, the situation becomes critical. Radio messages bristle with panic. Migrant boats are sinking all around us. So this is the absolute perfect storm as far as a humanitarian crisis and a rescue at sea is concerned. We have a boat, a load of about 500 migrants on board. They're going to stay here all night because there isn't a bigger boat to transfer them onto. We've multiple calls of other sinking ships, sinking boats coming in, and they're trying to react to this as quickly as they can, all in the dead of night.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, wait.
Then onto the crowded boat, the casualties. When the motorboats were out taking people from the sea, a strange window of trauma and quiet. Just the rustle of the foiled blankets. This crisis is complex. No one solution, no one cause. Different perspectives. The volunteer head of mission, Ryanair Boer, is a locksmith from Holland and has a perspective too. He's just recovered 4 dead bodies.
How is it possible that so close to the border of Europe people are dying? We just came to the last minute. We knew there was boats and no one comes to the rescue for them. We volunteers, we just a random locksmith.
The thing about this crisis, the closer you get to it, the harder it is to make sense of why it's happening. Faith from Nigeria tried to with a hymn. Last night we brought you the story of the rescue. The struggle to cope. The scale. Are you okay? Excuse me? Tonight, the story of those rescued. Have you been to see the doctor? What binds them all together, their experience in Libya. The stories that we've been hearing from the people getting on these boats is stories of savagery in Libya, stories of torture in Libya. People talk about modern day slavery. This feels medieval.
They can shoot people like that. People dying every day. Yeah, Libya is not good.
God save our life because we don't have hope.
If you there in the car inside, they see you, they go shoot you. Every time they shoot our blacks. That's why you go enter this boat.